You know that song by the Four Non-Blondes? The one where she wakes up in the morning and she goes outside and she lets out this soul deep curling scream. You know what I'm talking about, right? That song was my motto for so many years. I'm telling you, like, sometimes he was speeding off from me in the driveway. Sometimes I was just dancing my heart out on the dance floor, trying to find some kind of reasoning between what just happened. None of it ever made sense for me. But it was always my fault. I didn't know what happened. If you've ever lived through anything like this, something that's heavy or confusing, and you have that moment that it finally hits, that morning where you wake up and you go, how did I get here? I know better than this. I've watched the examples in my life. I knew what to look for. I thought I did. I didn't have any formal training. And clearly, until somebody actually put it in a book. In fact, I made excuses for him. So that's what Leave Her Wyld is about. We're here to bring those issues to surface, to talk about the red flags that we don't know, the things that we haven't identified, the things that we're living through and we're confused about and trying to understand what just happened. Every night I would fall asleep with some kind of crazy chaos, and every morning I'd wake up completely beaten and defeated and trying to figure out what just happened and trying to make sense of my super smart husband and knowing that something was off. Was it me? Was it him? I don't know. Those were the connections that I just couldn't meet. I just could not connect. But I knew I loved him, and I knew I wanted more. I knew I wanted more for my life. I wanted a life where I could have harmony, where I could have peace, or as Confucius says, when your mind and your heart think the same and speak the same, now you're at peace. You're at one. That's what I wanted. But I didn't know how to get there. And the way my life was going, I wasn't going to be getting there anytime soon. I knew I needed to take a step back. I knew I needed to look at my life and make some hard decisions. Was it me? Was it him? Again, does it really matter? Who am I? I'm Mindy Sage, and this is Leave Her Wyld, presented by 33 Vibes. I'm a woman who's built a life in corporate America. I've worked with fast-paced businesses. I've built count bases that are kind of exciting to talk about. I've had a lot of fun doing what I do. I've been able to overcome situations in my life that I never thought I could. And you know, the thing about this is it's not an income bracket. It's not where you live. It's not what color you are, what language you speak. It's not even a male or a female thing, because abuse happens everywhere. And that's the thing that I want to be able to talk about, is how do you identify it when you're in it? Because it doesn't matter if you're a high-paying executive or maybe you're living on the streets and you just know that you don't like the way you feel and the way you're being spoken to. So Leave Her Wyld is a community of support, whether you're going through it right now or it's something that you're trying to discover what you're in the middle of. Or maybe you've already made it through to the other side and you want to find a place where you can share your lessons. Or maybe you're still healing. I'm still healing in so many ways. And in a lot of ways, this page, this podcast, is for me to be able to talk through some of the insanities that I went through. And it's for that little girl out there that was so sheltered. So sheltered that they don't know how to identify something crazy as being disrespected every single day, every night. From rather the words they're saying, the actions. He never got physical. I was fortunate. I know a lot of women go through that. Words hurt too. I had already experienced a lot of this through my childhood. Growing up, I had a very abrasive father. So I had a tender heart. And I knew that. I knew what to look for. So Leave Her Wyld is here to be the support group for that woman, for that man that needs someone to talk to, that wants to share their story, that needs a ground for healing. And we have a pretty amazing story of a phoenix, of a man that was able to rise from the ashes on the other side of it all and beat everything that was in his current world. Absolutely. Leave Her Wyld is here to be a moment of truth, of strength, of healing. It's a community. It's a place where we come together. And I really hope that you'll stick along and you'll join us, because I have an amazing group of ladies who are being brave. They're being brave and they're willing to tell their story so that little girl, or maybe that brave man who's too brave to admit to themselves what is really going on, because maybe you haven't identified it and it's not your fault. You can't overcome something you have not yet identified. We're here to grow together. We're here to overcome together, to be the power to the next person, whether it's to my right or to my left. It's kind of amazing because I didn't know anything about alcohol. I had seen so many different things. Alcohol was a big contributor in my life and the situations that I went through. But a lot of other things were too. And it dug down to their insecurities. And it brought on a lot of really bad behaviors. It's so textbook. It's so textbook. It took a therapist handing me a book and me having the courage to listen to it, to be able to identify my own situation, even though I knew, and I'm sure he knew, that it wasn't right and that life wasn't okay and that that's not love. Because love is an equal contributing partnership where two people walk side to side, arm in arm, and they grow together and they overcome things. It's not perfect, but they do it together. I hope you'll stick around and you'll join us, because it's only going to get better. We're going to dig into real stories and scenarios. I invite you to share your stories. If it's something that's just too personal and you're not ready to share, then submit your story and we'll read it for you. And we'll tell you whatever guidance that we offer in our fun, loving, sassy way. Always respectful, though. Please join us. Leave Her Wyld. We're here for you. This is a community of love, of growth, and togetherness. Thanks for watching.